Alright. I'm not sure what to call this series yet. I'm just gonna go through my collection, I guess. It will be reviews, talking about them. Honestly, I haven't really decided concretely what I'm gonna do in each video. I'm just gonna grab a DVD or Blu-ray and talk about it, whether that be in a review format. Probably not even gonna give numbers or anything, just say whether it was good or not, whether I liked it or not. It might just be me talking about it, story-wise. If there's any spoilers, I'll probably say so in the beginning, unless it's something awful that no one will care about. Nah, let's just go into it. First episode, I'm gonna be talking about this show, Girlish Number. It's by, let me see if I remember. Wataru Watari wrote the original story in a magazine format, so I think it was originally a light novel series. He also did a series I really enjoy, My Teen Romantic Comedy Snafu, which that show I'll be referencing a little bit when I talk about this one, because they do share a good bit of similarities. So I really enjoyed Girlish Number. However, I will say, before going in, it's not for everybody. And the main reason why is because of its characters. So Girlish Number is all predominantly revolving around the main character, Chitose. All she wants is to be a famous voice actress. She has her older brother be her agent. Now, their duo, it's actually really good. It's really good characters. I really enjoyed their banter. Chitose is, let's just put it bluntly, she's selfish, she's crude, she's not very nice. Throughout the entire show, she's just kind of a jerk. And that is the main reason why it's hard for me to recommend the show sometimes, because you're going to be rooting for and against her throughout the entire series. And for some people, that's just not their thing. So, to get back to the plot, it's Chisose and her older brother. Older brother had been a voice actor before, and he knew about the industry. He's done it before. He worked into it, and his little sister wanted to, Chisose, and so he was like, "Fine, I'll help you. I'll be your agent." So the plot moves along as he gets her into her first ever big role. She is the main lead character of a new fantasy anime, and the show revolves around this anime, and within Girlish Number being made. It's about the management of all the voice actresses that are on roll for the show, and about the mangaka who wrote the show and is having it turned into an anime and having it changed, despite what he actually wants. So the show is supposed to represent actual issues in the anime voice actor market, and it's really interesting. It's it's almost a documentary. It's not in documentary style. However, how the plot progresses and its main points, it could be a documentary. Of how real, based on what I've seen at least, it's pretty realistic. The issues that come up, the problems that the voice actresses have to go through, and what occurs throughout the show, themes, etc., are all pretty realistic and what actually happens in real life. Now, back to the issue with the show of why it's hard for me to recommend it to everyone. Chitose just only thinks for herself, really. Throughout the majority of the series, she's focused in on how well she is doing. She makes friends with the other voice actresses, and while she does enjoy being with them, at the end of the day, you see her repeatedly think, oh, I'm so much better than them. I'm the lead role. I'm I'm superior. I'm going to beat them at their own game. She is thinking about how she can make ahead of these other veteran voice actresses who are arguably way better than her. And she comes to realize that throughout the show. I'm not going to spoil it, but there is character progression, and I think this, along with Chichose's character in general, this will be also polarizing. How the main character Chose actually grows. I remember as the show came out, there were a lot of comments that were like, I'm not really sure how I feel about this. This show gets a little, as I saw comments say, a little too real, in the sense that Chihose does not learn her lesson. There isn't necessarily a happy outcome with every issue that she goes through, whether if it was for her or for other people that she gets involved. Another major point of the show that I really like to point out is the manager of the series. So throughout the show, while they're working on the anime, there's a manager involved. And this manager is incompetent. He does not care at all. He has an understudy, I think, something like that. An understudy who is working really hard on the show. He believes in it. He wants it to succeed. But the manager just sucks. He doesn't care. He's aloof. He goes out to drink. He just wants to hang out with the voice actresses. While the understudy kind of does all the hard work and make the show actually happen. And if you watch it, you'll see that they go through a lot of actual issues that could happen when an anime airs. Monetary issues, issues with fans, all sorts of things, promotions. It's really interesting. If you want a glimpse of what voice acting is like through just a really good drama, I really recommend Girlish Number. To even go further, I think Girlish Number is fantastic. The animation is quite gorgeous. I don't remember the exact studio that did it, but I remember they also did Problem Children, some other series I really enjoyed. They did Campion, I think Squid Girl too. All relatively really well done animations that look good. This also stands out. I think the animation is a, what's the right word here? A juxtaposition to the idea of the show, whatever that word is. It's, if you look at this cover and you see, cute girls, they're hanging out, and then you watch it, it's going to be the exact opposite of what you probably think of it as. When you see this cover, you're thinking like, fun, laid back slice of life, and you watch it and it gets really serious. There's truly emotional moments. The main character's a jerk. It's really befitting, in my opinion, for what the show's about. The big theme of the show, I think, is just misrepresentation. There's big moments of the fans, for instance, meeting the voice actresses and like, oh, this isn't exactly what I expected. There's also the whole idea of the mangaka having his anime be done on his work, and it's not what he expects. Same with the manager and the whole workplace of being a main star. It's not what Chitose expects. I think it's a great job by the animation house to make the show look how it did, based off what the show's about. To go off the top of that, while the animation is very good, the sound work is very good, good theme, I remember it being good. I remember actually listening to it and watching it every episode. So I think that's if I actually watched it every episode, I want to say that it was good. Girlish Number, in my opinion, is an incredibly good show that is not only unique, it's about a premise that's not really covered that often in anime in general, just a real life scenario of itself. I guess you could say it's a self reflecting documentary because it's about what actually does happen in the anime industry. Uh, it reminds me a little bit of Otaku Video, if anyone's seen that from the 80s. Yeah, Otaku Video was all about the industry and about, if I recall them correctly, the main character going through becoming an empire of owning anime and distributing it. Um, that is a little bit like that. Another thing to state, like I said earlier, the writer of Girlish Number also wrote romantic comedy Snafu. In that show, the main character is also unlikable, while Snafu's main character, I would say, is slightly more likable than Girlish Numbers, Chisose. I I think Wataru does such a good job with these characters that you otherwise probably wouldn't hang out with, wouldn't want to really be around, and does such a good job of showing their problems and showing growth with them in a realistic way. His way of showcasing characters' issues, I think, is fantastic. Both main characters have very internal issues, have trouble socializing, and I think he does a great job of showcasing that. And I think I am very excited to see if he does any other series, any other works, because his characters, while not necessarily likable at all times, I think they're honest and incredibly fun, interesting, and dynamic. And for me at least, that's much more important than a character that I always root for. So, if you're willing to look past the main character that will make you angry, that will make you upset, and honestly, the show in general is gonna make you upset. There are things that are gonna be like, why is this happening? This should have been this way. These characters suck, and I think that's okay. If you read my review on Weathering with You, the newest Makoto Shinkai film, you'll see that I talk about this same exact issue where a character, main character at least, does things that might not seem healthy or right. However, that doesn't necessarily mean the show or movie is bad because of that. Same thing here applies to Girlish Number. I think is absolutely worthy of watch. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Can I add one more thing though? Can I just say I hate Blu-ray cases like this. Good God. It is, I feel like I am going to break this the second I handle it, the second I open it. And these little push things, I feel like they're just gonna fall off the second I press them. And these clips, like, I don't know, I just wanted to rant about that. I don't think a lot of Blu-ray cases are just so cheap and flimsy. While visually it looks great, like, you know, it looks good on a shelf and all that. Feeling and touching it, opening it, I'm scared I'm gonna break it anytime. Anyway, hope you enjoyed, and look forward to the next one. I hope to do more of these. I'm not sure when they will come out, but at some point I would love to have them regularly come out. There's a lot. Oh my goodness, is there a lot to go through. But it'll be fun. There's a lot of good stuff. There's also bad stuff. I actually own a lot of garbage too. A lot of garbage anime. So there's a good bit to go through, and I think it'll be a good time. Thank you for watching. I hope you see the next one. This video is brought to you by Boxuchan, the one and only personalized anime DVD service. Whether you've watched anime all your life or just beginning, let Boxuchan send you a box full of shows, movies, and so much more. Our quick survey accurately pinpoints your preferences to make a perfect box. For a limited time only, try Boxuchan for $34.99 at Boxuchan.com.